Hello. I want to start with a question that might feel strangely personal. Why do birthdays sometimes feel heavier than they're supposed to? Not sad exactly, not unhappy, just different. You wake up, messages arrive, people congratulate you, everything looks normal. And yet somewhere inside, something becomes quiet and reflective. Almost like your mind presses pause without asking you. Most people think birthdays are about celebration. Cake, candles, photos, laughter. But psychologically, birthdays are not celebrations. They are checkpoints. Your brain treats them as emotional milestones, a moment where time suddenly becomes visible. On ordinary days, life flows forward unnoticed. But on your birthday, your mind compares two invisible versions of you: who you thought you would become and who you are right now. And that comparison happens automatically. You don't choose it. That's why even happy birthdays can feel slightly uncomfortable, because the brain starts asking silent questions. Did I move forward enough? Did I become the person I imagined? Am I late or exactly where I should be? Here's the surprising part. This feeling is not a problem. It's actually a psychological reset. Research shows that humans naturally reflect more during temporal landmarks: New Year's, Mondays, new jobs, and in birthdays. Your brain uses these moments to reorganize identity, almost like updating internal software. This is what psychologists call the fresh start effect, a mental gateway that allows us to separate our past failures from our future potential. When that clock strikes midnight, your brain looks for a way to delete old patterns and install a more resilient version of you. That's why some people suddenly feel motivated after a birthday, and others feel nostalgic. Both reactions come from the same process: self-evaluation. Now think about this. When you were younger, birthdays felt endless, exciting, expansive, because the future was large and undefined. But as we grow older, birthdays become mirrors instead of doors. They reflect more than they promise. And reflection requires honesty. Sometimes you remember old dreams, old friendships, versions of yourself you almost forgot. And for a brief moment, past and present sit in the same room together. But there's another layer to this tension: social comparison. On your birthday, you don't just look at yourself, you look at everyone else. We check where our peers are. We wonder if we're winning or losing a race that doesn't actually exist. This surge of cortisol happens because our primal brain treats social standing as survival. If you feel behind, it's not just sadness, it's an evolutionary alarm. But remember, most people are simply better at hiding their own uncertainty. That emotional mix is what people describe as birthday mood. Not sadness, not joy, but awareness. Here's something nobody says out loud. The strange feeling around birthdays often means psychological growth, because only a thinking mind pauses to evaluate life. Indifference feels empty. Reflection means you're engaged with your own story. Your brain is asking, what matters now? And that question quietly reshapes future decisions. Before your next birthday, try this. Sit in the quiet the night before. Ask yourself, what did I survive this year? What invisible lesson did I learn? And what version of myself am I ready to let go of? These questions turn that heavy reflection into a tool for design. Maybe that's why birthdays feel calmer with time. Less about proving something to the world, and more about understanding yourself. You begin celebrating survival, experience, and continuity, not just age. So if your next birthday feels unexpectedly emotional, don't rush to escape it. Sit with it for a moment. That feeling isn't loneliness, it's perspective. Your mind stepping back to see the larger picture of your life. And maybe the real meaning of a birthday isn't adding another year. It's noticing who you've become while living it. Thank you for being here with me today. If this reflection resonated with you, take a quiet moment tonight and think about one thing you've grown through this year. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care, and see you next time.